Hi everyone, welcome to our Friday night Own Your Own Life event with the Soul Project. I'm so excited to be joining you guys normally because we don't hang out on a Friday, so I feel a little bit spoiled getting to see you guys tonight. But secondly, because I get to launch the beautiful Kim's business. Now, I know she's a little bit nervous, but she's super prepped and ready to share with you all tonight. So I'm super stoked to be able to be here and offer her the space to do it. Basically, this is just an info event. So we are so far removed from any hard sells or, throwing anything in your face, but we rely solely on referral marketing. So what we do here is we just launch Kim's business out there into the world. We show you a little bit more of what it is, what it isn't, and I guess how you can support her as you move through your own journey in the future. So, like I mentioned, my name's Katrina, and I actually created the Soul Project 5.5 years ago when I came into the online space to create an income. And the reason why I did that was because I had two very small girls, and I just felt like I was literally killing myself working all the time. I am a hard worker, but I also really like working for myself. I don't like being told what to do. So I've always wanted to look for something where I got to make the choices. But that actually led me to owning my own two small businesses, because if you've ever owned a small business, generally one just doesn't cover the bills. So I had two. And in order to do that, I actually had to jump into a retail position for years in order to save up enough money to do that. Now, that was all going good. I was still only living week to week, but I felt a lot of passion because I was doing something that I loved. And then I kind of got brave enough to leave the toxic relationship that I was in. And that was awesome, for my own emotional health. But it was really shitty for my financial health because I then had to live week to week, juggling kids, trying to find money, just trying to find time. And it actually got me so desperate that I started looking up all sorts of crazy things online. And I'm not going to lie, I was so skeptical, but I just knew that there had to be another way. I couldn't keep doing this forever. And that's when I actually came across the amazing Juice Plus business model. And I was so freaking skeptical. I love telling you that straight away because it actually took me 18 months of mulling this over, looking at it, thinking about it before I jumped in and gave it a really good shot. But I realized that nothing was getting better in my life. I was still chasing freedom. I was still chasing money. I was still feeling like I was a real crap mum, like I was a real crap employee, like I was a real crap boss, because I just didn't have enough time or space to do anything really well. And at that stage, I thought, well, what have I got to lose? And I jumped in and I absolutely loved everything that I found. And I realized that it gave me a whole space to be able to create my own wellness program. And that's a Soul Project. Juice Plus is awesome. It makes sense for our body. We'll explain a little bit more about that. But what I really found lacking in the online space was a real wellness program with real freaking people, right? Not just amazing influencers that look amazing at every bloody angle, but real people with real struggles, with real families, with, who really want to eat good food, not just always, diet and all that kind of stuff. But the biggest thing for me was mental health and spiritual health. And I don't say spiritual health as in anything religious. I just say like looking after yourself, self-love, doing things that bring you joy, all that kind of stuff. A lot of it was just here's your recipes, eat well. And nobody was really talking about mental health, learning to meditate, learning how to be mindful, learning how to not beat yourself up in your head every day, which is really important. There's no point looking great in a bikini if you look at yourself in the mirror and you're still not happy. You're still talking negatively, right? So I wanted to create a wellness program that was more about making people happy, making people healthy, not necessarily just fit. And my God, what we created over the 5 years has just completely blown my mind. We have thousands of clients all over the world now. We've just reached over 1,000 ambassadors working behind the scenes to try and help us spread this mission far and wide. And it's something that I'm really proud of because obviously the health program makes sense. That's why we've got so many clients. But the behind the scenes, the working online, getting women to take their control back and earning in those little stolen moments that they can create, whether that be around studies, a full-time job, a family, whatever, but actually being able to earn something online. that was the end goal for me. And that's what I've been so grateful to be able to achieve. So that's what makes me excited that Kim has leaped into this and wants to learn more. But I'm also really open-minded in the fact that I know people don't understand this yet. So we kind of just put this out there tonight to let you know a little bit more about what we do, in hopes that you can really support her, because I know it's hard when you buck the system and you try and do something new. So if you have circle of family and friends around you who really get it and want to see you succeed, that is the ultimate recipe for success. So I'm going to break it down in 2 sections tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about the program and let you know more about what that is. So if you or anybody that you know of could utilize it, you can send them on back to Kim. And then we're going to break down the business model as well, actually how everything works behind the scenes, how we get paid, all that kind of stuff, because it's the 2-part system, right? You might think, hey, I need something like this. I've been looking for something that can help me build up my income, and you can help us grow our mission even bigger. Or you might know of somebody in your life who's struggling at the moment, maybe with a boss they don't like, maybe trying to find more balance, trying to find more income, and you can send them on over to Kim as well. So I'm going to shoot on over to my beautiful friend Tans over there in Kiwiland, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about the amazing program that we've created with so many cool, like-minded brothers and sisters around the world. So it's over to you, my friend. I will replace the spotlight.
Thank you, darling. How do I follow that amazing little spiel? I don't know. Goodness. So yes, the Soul Project is, as Kat has explained, it is mind, body, and soul. And that's what I absolutely fell in love with. When I came into this 4 years ago, I loved, because I'm a real soulful girl, and I loved that we finally had a program that wasn't all about the body, that it actually encompassed mind and soul as well, which really supported and aligned all of those 3 areas that I believe are 100% crucial to ensure that we have ongoing wellness. So what do we have? Our program is all online. So everything is online based. We have so many resources, which one of the things that I love about it is it's family friendly. As a mum, it means that my whole family can actually use this, and believe me, our family did use this program. I don't know about you, but I had teenagers when I first started on this, and teenagers don't like healthy food, right? So they loved all the recipes in the program, which is fantastic. And, you know, also my daughter was loving the meditations, which is not something she liked doing. She hated the fact that mum was giving her a meditation, but when it was in a program, it was different, right? So many tools that give us, you know, ways around, you know, teaching you how to do mindfulness, gratitude, grounding, you know, exercise programs, lots of different kinds. There's also webinars and so many recipes and shopping lists and meal guides and things that really support you. And the good thing about this is it's lifetime access. So as a customer, you get in for life, and you have access to these whenever you want to, 24/7. Now, the beautiful thing is we partner with the Juice Plus company, and this is such an incredible company because they have food, just plants, right? Everything that we have is just from plants. These are our fruits, veggies, and our berries, and essentially they are micronutrients. They come from 33 fruits, veggies, and berries that have been grown on organic 3-generation farms. They have been grown and picked at their peak ripeness, so to ensure that they have their full nutrient content. And then they have been snap frozen only for 24 hours to ensure that that content is preserved really quickly. And then they are crushed down into a big slushy where they are dehydrated at a low temperature so it doesn't destroy the enzymes, and then put into a vegan capsule. Why is it encapsulated? That is to prevent oxidation, to ensure that everything that goes into your body is highly effective and live. I mean, when we think about those veggie powders, you open the packet, it's within 5 times of that packet being opened, the powder inside is ineffective. So what is that doing to your body? Nothing. These are essentially live enzymes, thousands and thousands of phytonutrients that is flooding our body every day with all the goodness it needs. Your body knows exactly what to do with it. and it takes it to where it needs the most. And for most of us, we don't know what that looks like. We've got no idea what's going on inside our bodies. It only shows in whispers like pain or tiredness or little things that start to go wrong in your body. But your body knows what it needs, and we're just giving it the environment it needs to do the job it already knows how to do. How clever is that? Now, the other cool thing that I love is we have some free chews for the kids. So with every order, our company, you can sponsor a child for free. They give away free chews, which are exactly the same as the capsules. They're just in a yummy, chewable form for the kids. And I tell you what, these were amazing for my daughter. She was on the caps, but she got these free, and they really helped support her anxiety, and they really helped to improve her mood. And here she is. She's now 19. She's a university student, and we all know how university students eat like crap. Well, I'm really happy that she's getting really good nutrients from fruits and veggies in her body every day. She can eat as much rubbish as she wants. I know that she's getting some good nutrients inside her, which is great. Now, the other one of our amazing products, I love these. These are our beautiful omegas. Now, these are, again, all plants. Now, when we think about omega-3, we usually think about fish oil, right? Did you know that omega-3 is not actually in fish? They have to eat the algae to get the omega-3. So how sustainable is that, us taking fish, oil from fish? It's not sustainable at all, besides the fact that fish are actually really high in mercury anyway. So instead of taking fish out of the sea, we go straight to the algal source. We grow it in a clean environment, so we're not taking the fish as food, plus we add another 5 plant seed sources. And we have a blend of 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9, which means it gives us a really good balance of the spectrum that our body needs. It's giving us all the oils that our body cannot produce for itself, and in a plant base. So it's 100% sustainable, and they're so yummy. It's like eating orange. They're really yummy. And of course, lastly, but definitely not least, we have our beautiful protein powders. Now, I love these. I have to admit, when I first started in this business and started on these products, I swore I would never use a protein powder ever because I can't stand drinking my food. But I tell you what, I'm completely obsessed with these. These are amazing in shakes. I absolutely love them for my breakfast shake. These are also really, really good for traveling. So I love traveling, and I take these with me everywhere. They're so convenient and so light. You can just fit them in your suitcase or your bag, your handbag. Great for your handbag. These are also great for you mums that have got kids and you want healthy snacks. Really great hot chocolates, really healthy and full of really good nutrients. These are basically full of superfoods, vegetable extracts, pre and probiotics, and they also have our B vitamins and niacin, which are amazing for mood boosting. So these essentially are only food, nothing synthetic or nasty added to them, which I love because I'm such a natural girl, and they're so yummy. Vanilla and chocolate. Vanilla are the best, by the way, just saying. Anyway, I'm going to pass you on now to, is Charlie on? Mel.
She's not done.
Going to pass you on to Mel. Thank you, guys.
How to take yourself off and keep going? Oh, there you are. Good woman.
Sorry, I've got TVs going and hang on. Turn that off. Sorry, guys. Yes, so my name's Mel, and I have been using these products for over 3 years as time flies. And when they come into my life, I was basically, I'm an older mum, so I just had my second baby at 40, and I was feeling depleted, like no energy, sugar cravings through the roof. My hair was falling out. I was 9 kilos heavier. I was aching all over, which was really unusual. I felt really achy in the limbs, and just incredibly tired. Like at 11 o'clock, I would want to go to sleep. And then at 3 o'clock, I'd be struggling again. And I was actually so concerned, particularly with the aching body, that I started to go and get investigated. So, you know, all of a sudden, as Tanya said, you start to get these symptoms of things, and you start to realize, especially when you're kind of sensitive and know your own body, you know, I was starting to think that I was actually really sick. So I went and I was having ultrasounds and different things going on, and nothing come back. Everything tested okay. And then I found these products. So I started taking them, and literally within 2 weeks, I felt a huge shift. The first thing was with my energy. I would get to the afternoon and I'd be like, oh, I actually don't feel like, you know, like I'm going to fall asleep. And then all of a sudden my sugar cravings stopped, which was a huge thing, because I literally was at nighttime, I was hunting for, you know, chocolate and sweets and all of that. And it just literally stopped. The brain fog lifted. And then the cool thing was, once I started feeling better sort of a month in, I had the motivation then, because I knew what I had to do to shift the baby weight. I've always been into exercise, gym, you know, everything like that. So once I started to feel more energy, I was able then to implement the next thing. So it was a big catalyst of change. I started implementing the exercise, and I started implementing our program. And I literally lived by this program. And within the 3 months, I had dropped all my baby weight. And it was a different me. My, you know, anxiety had stopped as well. And I just felt completely different. And looking back in hindsight, I was nutrient deficient. So there was nothing wrong with me. It was just the fact that my body, from growing 2 babies and just coming out of pregnancy and, you know, all of that, that my body was just so depleted, it just needed nutrients. And that was what these beautiful products were able to provide me. And I will never look back, and I will never give them up. So yeah, I love them.
You're amazing. Thank you, darling. I can't believe it's been 3 years. That's insane. Time flies, right? Appreciate you ladies so much. You do such a beautiful job, and I love watching Mel's journey continue to evolve. She's our #1 cheerleader around the product and the program. She's got amazing results, and she's achieved so many clients of her own who are doing the same things, which is absolutely beautiful. The products just always made sense to me. Like, I got that I was a little bit skeptical. I was like, if these work and they are what they say they are, they're freaking genius. Like, fruit and veg goodness inside a capsule. Everybody needs it. There's like 2% of Australians and New Zealanders who are eating 5 and 3 every day. It's crazy. 2%. The rest of us, we're shit. We're not doing it. So it's like, it makes sense, right? I think that it's just a product that can back itself, but then you fill it with the whole beautiful program to really stop it, this pop a pill mentality, you know, like change and getting healthy. It does take some work. So we've got a beautiful program behind you and some awesome people to make that as easy as possible. Speaking about awesome people, we'll shift on over to the business model so we can talk a little bit and listen from Kim. We're going to talk a little bit about the team that we have behind there. Now, I am so proud of this team. Like, my God, when I first came into this business, I was terrified. I'd never worked online. I was so shy. I'd just come out of a toxic relationship, right? So I didn't like anybody. I was in my own zone, trying to build my own thing. But I've just met the most amazing people, the most amazing women with such big stories, big hearts. They're open-minded, right? Because they're trying something new. And I'm just so proud of them. So, you know, if you do come and have a look a little bit more about what we do, you probably already love Kim if you're watching this, but you'll get to meet so many other beautiful, like-minded people who are just really rocking stuff behind the scenes. So, you know, in order to be able to have the impact that we've had in Soul Project, I can't do it alone. So what I've done is I've gone out and I've taught as many women as possible. I like women. I like building women because I went through a stage where I felt like we just don't have enough choices, right? But don't get me wrong, there's plenty of men. There's plenty of men in the team as well. Personally, I like to mentor women. And, you know, like I mentioned, I love them. They've done so well. You know, Tanya's one of them over there in New Zealand. She is actually changing so much of that country over there at the moment. The ripples are, I can't even explain it. But, you know, I've watched these women transform themselves, come in, find their feet, build something in stolen moments, finally feel appreciated, you know, being able to take their own control back. And the beauty of it is that most of us do it in and around other things until it overtakes that income, which is the most amazing thing. Because for a lot of things, if you want to take a risk and try something new, you have to sacrifice. Whereas inside this, you can build it in and around. But, you know, I know when I started this business, I was really confused about the business model, because I guess I'd kind of been scared off that anything online, it's a pyramid. That's what you know, that's the culture. And don't get me wrong, because there's people out there that do online sales so slimy. And I'm like, no wonder it's got a bad reputation, because it can be done really terribly. But with the team that we teach and the amazing program and products that we have, it speaks for itself. So we teach a lot of respect and a lot of authenticity, and it definitely works. But when I came into the business, like I mentioned, I had done real work in a traditional business model, and I'd also owned a business model. So when I left high school, I actually started my education degree, just because, you know, you kind of have to do something like that when you leave school. You feel like you fail otherwise. But I never really wanted to be a teacher. I just loved teaching people. So I started off uni, and I went to work at a hospitality joint here on the Gold Coast. And I worked there for 7 years, worked my way up the little chain. I got to the management area, and I swapped my time here for a dollar figure. And it worked, right? Because the CEO, he kind of told us what to do. We made money for him. But even if I stayed here for another 7 years, I was never getting any higher, because everything above that was capped. It was all family owned. It was all the board of directors, everything like that had an investment in the company. So I'd reached my level there. And even if I stayed there for another decade, that was going to be it. And this is why I love teaching women, because a lot of the time I see them in a corporate career and they just sit there. They've reached their ceiling and that's all they can do. And that eats away at your soul. My plan B was to become my CEO, have that freedom, be able to run stuff the way that I wanted. And I got there. I owned my own dance studio. I was a professional dancer as well, busy woman, right? And I loved it. I loved teaching. I loved nurturing the young ones and watching them perform and do all that stuff. So I thought that would be perfect. I had my own staff, and I was like a giant kindergarten. It was exhausting. But I saw them work their way up. And as they got up, the ranks got smaller, you know, so they started off as an assistant, and then they went up to a coach, and then they went up to instructor. And it was like they all had to compete with each other, and it created this really bitchy mentality. So sometimes I hated going to work, because I was just constantly putting out fires. And, you know, I just understood that that business model didn't work. I couldn't employ everybody, and I couldn't continue to promote everybody. But it definitely wasn't making a nice environment in my workplace. What I found, though, financially, was that everything that was coming back up to me was going straight back out in overheads. I was paying rent, utilities, insurance, wages, everything that kind of meant, you know, money was flowing to others rather than me. And I sucked that up as a small business owner. I sucked that up for 8 years. And I just thought, you know what? Everybody says the first 10 years are the hardest. Just keep working, until my relationship broke down. And then I just couldn't live week to week anymore. I couldn't pour so much time into a business where I was paying my staff more than I was paying me at the end of the week. And this is a really sad reality for so many people. And this is why I love sharing that there's a better way to do it. Now, you don't have to know 1,000 people when you come into this. It's not how it works. Every single person that you introduce, they come in, like Kim at the moment, down the bottom. Now, I love this because a lot of people that do find this business model, they understand holistic health. They understand that the product works, that it's got the science to back it, and that they can make a mozza off getting clients on it because it's going to work. Now, those people, they got a lot more uni degrees behind them. We're talking nutritionists, dietitians, physiotherapists, GPs, so many different people inside that medical industry that understand that fruits and veggies heal. But I love that everybody came in down the bottom. That was the funnest part for me, because it meant that everybody had the same level, regardless of study, history, background. to be able to reach the top. Now, that's our CEO position. That's National Marketing Director. It's about a 6-figure income a year. So when I first saw that, I was like, oh my God, tell me what to do. And I was really keen to do it. I was prepared because I'd tried a lot of other things and it just wasn't getting there. Now, to give you transparency, I'm not average. I didn't come in here and dip around, and I knew that I really wanted to create freedom for my kids. I didn't want to be that mum who was continuously passing them off to Nana and daycare, which I was. I spent like 3 hours a day with them, and most of that was rushing around getting them ready to take them these places. So when I saw that I could leverage those times that I had, build something online to create and give myself more freedom back, I was hungry. And I managed to create, using this business model, in the first 14 months, a 6-figure income. Now, that's just ridiculous because I'd done so many other things that never worked. And that's why I'm like here saying, please look at it. Please look at it, because it's so much better if you're prepared to do something different and work hard and have a little bit of a look. We have the system built over 5.5 years where you can just come in and learn. You can start earning straight away as long as you give it all you've got. It's truly unlimited. And that's what I really love about this. But my favorite part about mentoring is that everybody comes in with a different story. Sometimes people come in and they just want an extra $200 a month, and they're totally fine with that. If that means they can cover their bills, they can go out for coffee, they can get the smashed avo whenever they want, that's cool. If they want to come in and they want to replace a full-time income and they want to earn $1,000 a week, we've got a model where they can do that as well. And then you've got the people, there's a few on here tonight and many others in the team who are just like, damn that, I want to replace I just want freedom. I don't want to be told what to do. I want to have money in the bank. I want to feel secure. I want to have my own business. And, they can reach up to, NMD, $10,000 plus a month and be able to create that online. Now, this is a secure company. They've been around for 52 years and they've never once missed a paycheck. So that gives me really solid longevity that they're not going anywhere. That was a huge thing for me. If I was going to invest my time, I wanted to make sure that they were actually going to be around and continue to pay us. The Soul Project, we're only just getting started, baby. Like, the momentum that we're seeing around the world right now, we're solid. Like, I'm so excited for this. But, one of the biggest things is that I don't know enough people. And I just want to let you know that's total BS. Because like I said, when I came in here, I didn't like people. I had actually surrounded myself with assholes for years. And I say that in the nicest way possible. But I guess I'd created this life of myself that was just habit. I just got up and I did the same things every day. And I wasn't actively making choices around the people that I wanted to be around. So I was not a people person. I was not even confident. The first couple of times, Kim, I'm not going to set you up, but when I first shared, like Kim's going to, I cried 2 times in a row. They're like, give me another chance. Still cried, but it's okay. I'll love on you regardless if you cry, because I get it. But I was not amazing. I definitely was not. And I came into this and I just understood that it's not about me. If I could teach 3 other people to do this business, who taught 3 other people to do this business, who taught 3 other people to do this business, we could all learn together, and all of a sudden there's a whole tidal wave of us, which is exactly what happened. That's truly how you leverage people. And that's how I've got so many beautiful leaders all over the world, because we've been doing this for 5 years now. A lot of them started with me. They're already earning, beautiful money. They've got team who are building, who are teaching. So that's what gives me freedom. I got married 2 years ago now, and I've got a beautiful 1-year-old. And I spent my entire pregnancy and most of her newborn phase completely off grid. I didn't turn up for work. I didn't do anything. I just spent all that time solid with her. The beauty of that was my income was still there, because I'd created a network of people who would work without me. I'd made myself redundant. And that's freaking smart, right? Because unless you want to keep turning up for work every single day, you have to find a plan B. There's so much more to life. And I'll tell you what, 2 days a week just doesn't cut it. We should be out there celebrating. It's totally off grid, totally random. And I'm taking this totally off grid. But we've just finished building a caravan because we can, because it was fun. My husband stays at home too, because our business allows us to do that. So we've been building a caravan in our spare time. And as of Monday, we're just heading up. We're in the Gold Coast. We're heading up to Cairns. And we're going to take about 6 to 8 weeks off. Sorry, Mel. Sorry. she's stuck down there where all the lockdowns are happening, and she's really dirty at me about it. But I'm getting to head all the way up to Cairns. We're taking 6 to 8 weeks off because we can. My work supports me. I did 3 years really hard work setting everything up, and now we're basically retired. And this is where I want to see more women, because we can raise a really stable generation of kids if we're present, if we're looking after ourselves, and if we're giving them choices. Not money, just choices. Our time, our freedom, all those kind of things. So I'm going to shoot on over now, and we're going to hear from Kim. Sorry, Vicky, I'm going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to hear from Kim, the woman of the hour, to tell us a little bit more about why she decided to run this business. Obviously, she loves the program and the products, but let's hear about why she decided to do the business. So if you can unmute yourself, Dylan, I will replace the spotlight.
Hey everyone. So as you all know, I'm pretty nervous, but so the reason I started the business is because I'm broke as shit and I've got no money. And I feel like I've got a stupid amount of debt for how old I am. And I don't want to change my job at the moment because I love what I do. I get to ride horses all day, which is like my dream ever since I was a child. But it doesn't pay well and it's expensive, and I just love to be able to pay for my expensive job. So I saw how everyone was going with this, and you can make good money, which is just crazy. And I love the thought of going to work but not having to go to work, which I can't even imagine how that would feel, but that would be amazing. And to achieve that, at the start of my life instead of at the end would be fabulous. So yeah, that's pretty much why I started, I guess. And I've only been on the program and the products for actually 2 months. I met Vicky back in February and then avoided the shit out of everything. So I didn't want to have anything to do with it. I said yes to her that I wanted to, start the products, and then I bought them and never used them. I don't know why. I just decided I didn't want to do it. And then my back played up real bad and I ended up in hospital for it. And that scared the hell out of me. So I had to get 2 grown men to help me out of bed just so I could go to the toilet that morning. It was ridiculous. And at 25, that's just outrageous. So I guess that's what started me actually taking the starting the program, and then that pushed me into looking into the business side of it, because who doesn't like money? And yeah, that's basically it.
Oh, you're amazing. I can tell already that you're going to fit in just perfectly. You're so real and beautiful and honest, and I love that, darling. And I'm so excited for you because I know what's coming. My biggest advice is just keep working at it. It's such a brilliant model. It really is. And there's so many beautiful people. So I'm really pleased that you got back to Vicky. I did the same. I was the same for 18 months. My poor friend. I was like, hey, I'm interested. Nah. Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, nah. But I'm so damn glad. I did. And I'm glad you did too. Because when you're on the other side, you're like, what was I frightened of? This is actually amazing. These people are normal. They got real stories. They're doing well. So I'm pleased that you're here. Now, we're going to shoot on over to the beautiful Vicky, who Kim was avoiding for a little bit, and we're going to hear her story because she's been in the business for a while, and then she's going to wrap it on up for us and we're finished. But huge thank you to me, Kim. You've done amazing, and I can't wait to see you shine a little bit more. Well done, honey. All right, Vicky, it's all yours, my darling. Finish it up.
Thank you, and thanks for the surprise on the wrap up. Yeah, so as Katrina said, I've been doing this for a little while, and I actually really resonated with a lot of things Katrina said tonight about people that have been doing this for a little while, just from things that have happened today. I've had a crazy day, and I'll get to that. But 4.5 years ago, I was in a position much like Kim was talking about, but sadly a lot older than Kim and shouldn't really be in this position, where I was considering bankruptcy. I had an ocean load of debt, and it just caused daily anxiety. Going to the shop caused anxiety at the highest level. Opening the mail, answering calls, and I just got to that point where I had to do something, and this was presented to me. And much like Kim, although I don't think I waited as long or as long as Katrina, I did say yes, no, yes, no, yes, no for probably 3 or 4 months. And then just things just came to a head, and I just went, well, if I don't do this, then I don't know, nothing's going to change anyway. So I haven't got anything to lose. And so 4.5 years on, I don't think, well, I know for certain that I'm never going to look back on this. It's never going to change. I'm always going to do it. And just to take today, for instance, I'm going to turn a negative into a positive. I've had a crazy, crazy day where I have been up since before 5:30, did a 3-hour round trip. I had the car serviced, and that would have normally sent me into a financial anxiety-driven spin out, because the car needs servicing, but where's the money going to come from? Today, the money was there. Thank you, Juice Plus. The money was there. The car had several things that needed done to it today, all additives that we could pay for. And I went and had a lot of time, hours of time to fill in. And I went, oh, maybe I should get a pedicure. Oh, no, that's pretty expensive. And then I went, I can afford it. This time I can afford it. So that was good. I haven't had a pedicure in a long time, and I treated myself today, and I went, I have finally deserved that. So, and it was guilt-free, stress-free, and yeah, so I've turned the day around. So that's my story. It's turned my financial anxiety around to the point where I know that when a bill arrives, I'm going to have the money for it. I know that if we need to go for a night away, that we've got the money for it. I know that I don't have to just go and put $5 worth of petrol in the car, because that's all that's in the bank. So it's turned a life of anxiety into something much more stress-free, and we're much happier. So that's my journey, and I'm hoping that that can be a lot of other people's journeys. And that's why I love doing what I'm doing, because I don't want people to feel the way that I do. So I would love to thank everyone that jumped on tonight. I want to thank Mel for sharing her beautiful, beautiful product story. Tanya, who's already jumped off, thank you to Tanya. And Kim, you were amazing. And thank you to everyone who jumped on to support Kim tonight. If you are here and you've supported Kim, and you know someone that this could help, if you know someone that the products could help, maybe they're not eating the way they're supposed to, maybe they're just not feeling or living their best life, talk to Kim, talk to someone that may want to know what Kim is doing, or that Kim could help. As Katrina said, we are a referral-based business. So our doors are always open. I know Kim's is always open. And I would love to thank everybody for their time tonight and for jumping on. Lovely shares, ladies. Thanks, Katrina.